Okay, everybody, we're back at it. We're on the BMW today. We're revisiting an issue that we've had recurring here. So the problem is it's hot in Florida in the summertime, and the AC is not working again. Even though we paid $400 to a shop, they said they checked it out, found one leak, and fixed that, and then charged it and all that kind of stuff, and it worked good for about 3 weeks. In that video and stuff, you'll see we replaced this dryer, and that seemed to be what helped a lot. You can see that green sensor on the left. You can also see the nut is a little bit kind of gummed up. That's because I had to put pliers on it to try to tighten it just a little bit more, because I had my little sniffer thing and it seemed like that was leaking, and that's where it came out from, because you know, the AC just slowly went away and quit working. So we know the compressor down there and all that stuff works. Everything's fine. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to teach ourselves how to be AC techs even better than we were before. So we went and bought ourselves a set of gauges and all that stuff. So we're going to give it a whirl and see if we can get this thing working again. All right, like I said, we went and bought some gauges. So we went to Harbor Freight and bought this. It's like $65, and you get this kit. And so it comes with all this stuff, which we've already tried to put together. They're running a deal. You actually got 2 cans of whatever, freon 134, whatever you call it, when you purchase this gauge set. So we did that. We read the old directions there about how to set it up. Got it all put together.
Chris Fix video.
From a who?
Chris Fix.
Chris Fix. Okay, there you go.
What he's talking about.
Little shout out to him. Anyway, then you also got to buy this vacuum pump right here, which that was $100, but I don't know, seems like a decent pump. So we prepped that, poured the oil in it. I guess, yeah, right there you got to pour the oil in it. Got your little sight gauge, all that kind of good stuff. Got everything prepped up, ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go try to hook this octopus looking thing here up to the car and turn the vacuum pump on, and then go walk the dogs while it runs for however long that takes. And then we will come back and start doing the other steps to see if we can get the freon in the car. Say a little prayer, do a little dance, what we're gonna do, it'll stay there, and we'll have AC in that car, because yeah, these 90-degree days with 80% humidity, you're soaked when you get where you're going. So anyway, that's what we're going to do, is take this and go try to connect it. Okay, we moved outside here, so you can see we got our pump down here on the ground. Don't have that hooked up yet. Still have the yellow hose, which is going to go to the pump, is just on the holding spot there. But what we did is went ahead and hooked up our low and our high. So you can see the blue is low, so that hooks in right there by that side of the washer fluid reservoir, and then this is the high side. They had these these caps on them, with the black one has an L, and then the red one there, pinkish colored now, because it looks like it's faded. But anyway, there you go. That's what we're going to work on doing. So that's the setup. Now we're just going to work on finishing hooking up the vacuum pump and get it going so we can go walk the dogs.
Okay. So we're going to test to make sure our system's sealed. So right now we have hoses hooked up to the high and low, yellow hose hooked up to the vacuum. We have, what are these, like the couplers open. These are closed. Turn on our vacuum for a few minutes, or turn on our vacuum, open these, then let that sit for a few minutes and come close to this gauge. This has a negative reading, a vacuum reading. Something about measures the mercury or something, but want to go to 30 is your goal. And then you want to let it run, get to 30 for a few minutes, close these, and then let it sit. And if it sits there, you know you don't have a leak in your system. If it goes down, you have a leak in your system. But we're going to do that. Let's let it sit on vacuum for like probably five minutes probably. Go walk our dogs, come back, see if it leaks. And then if it doesn't, fill it up.
Yep.
If it doesn't leak, we'll put it on vacuum, let it sit for 45 minutes, then fill it up.
Gotcha. All right. You have to turn the pump on.
going
It
pretty
should
good.
keep going down. We'll get it down to hopefully minus 30. We'll see what it does here, and then close everything up and see if it holds the vacuum or not. Okay guys, well, bad news. So we pulled the vacuum. It was all the way down to about, I don't know, 28-ish. We turned the pump off after we closed everything down, and then here's what we got going on. So it's just steady leaking and leaking. It's only been maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and it's already down. So I mean, it's holding a vacuum to some degree, but there is a leak. So I think what we're gonna do, since like I said, the sniffer thing was that green sensor right there, and you can even see the green O-ring on there. That doesn't look too smashed, but we just can't get that sensor to go in anymore. I think we're gonna have to end up getting another dryer, and I'm gonna order a sensor. So that way we'll have a new dryer and a new sensor that we can put into the dryer, you know, out of the car, make sure it goes in good, and then we'll pull another vacuum on it. You see, while we've been talking, it's going down some more. So we got a leak. We're gonna order some parts, swap those out, and see if that fixes our problem. See if we can get this thing to hold a leak. But anyway, these ACs, they're important, but pain in the butt. All right, we just got back from our dog walk. So we had that leak, but I tightened that thing a little bit more. I'm gonna order new parts just so we have them next time in case we need them and everything. But we got it to hold a bit of a vacuum, so we're gonna go ahead and fill it up now. So that's what we did. We ran that for one dog walk, whatever that equals for you, and then we're gonna go ahead and start putting the freon in the system and see if we get cold air.
Okay. Yesterday, we were doing this, got ready to fill it up, forgot this little adapter piece that goes on top. This just opens up the can pretty much. But today, when I got down here, hooked everything up, turned the vacuum on, let that run while I went to go buy this. And then, but now, we're opening this, connecting it to the yellow hose, and make sure these are closed when you do it. And then when you connect this can to it, you have to purge this yellow line. So right there, little like pin right there, you push in, just push it in until it shoots out your 134 A. And then you open the blue low pressure side, keep the high pressure side closed, or start the car, turn on the AC, then open that. But let it go till the can's empty, and you gotta figure out, it's changed by car, about how much stuff you need in your AC. The cans, like this can, 12-ounce can. What I've looked up, because this is not a 134A system, it's meant for the old refrigerant, but I heard for the 134A, you need about 2 cans pretty much. It's like slightly more, but I'm just gonna put 2 cans in there. Got this thing set up. Right now, both of these valves closed. These 2 are open. Can hooked up to the line. I'm gonna open this, bleed it right there by just pushing it until it shoots some refrigerant out. But then I'm gonna start the car, turn the fan on, open low valve, keep the high valve closed. And then only thing you have to worry about, this can, make sure it's not somewhere that's gonna get super hot because they will explode. And then make sure your lines aren't sitting anywhere on like your exhaust. But we're perfectly fine here. I'm gonna do that, start the car, open the valve. I just purged the valves, or the valve. These are still closed, gotta go start the car. But watch out when you're doing that right there. I had a paper towel. I would recommend gloves because I got a little on my hand, and that's what you don't want to do. But go start the car now. In here, car started. I have a button right here. Right there. It's weird, it's red on camera, but it's blue here. But turn that on. And then I'll come out here and turn this blue valve. running. You'll see in here, you can kind of tell sometimes. You can see in that sight glass some liquid going through there. Gauges are going. This side's building pressure. This side will eventually kick on. I think it will lower down. But I'm just wait for this thing to fill up this can and then load the other can. So car's been running for a little bit with this can on. You hear it? No, you can't really hear it because there's no liquid in there. But stop coming through there. I can't hear or feel any liquid in here. The can's not cold. Like there's no liquid in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one on. Close this valve, the low pressure valve. Undo this. Put a new can on. And I'm pretty sure I'll bleed it again through that because the video I watched, the person, their adapter sealed. But I think if I take this off, I think the whole hose will fill up with air again. But all that is pushing that down for a second. But I'll have to do that, show you after that. So I emptied the first can, got the second can on there. It would not go into the line. Like I had it connected. It wouldn't go, I wouldn't purge out of here. Like it would go, psh, but no like refrigerant white smoke would come out. So I was trying to figure out the issue. I tried this valve, I tried loosening the top thing, like the puncture. I took it off the can and put it back on, and the can like shot out a little bit, but not a ton. And then I loosened the valve itself, not the puncturing system, but the valve. And I heard it go psh, into the line. And then I tried to bleed it and it worked. So I guess if you're doing this and you're having trouble with cans, because we looked it up and like apparently the cans aren't universal, or you might need like an extra adapter for the puncturing system. But the first can worked fine. I guess this one was over tightened and was sealing itself, but got it going. Here's the sight glass. And the second can, apparently, since the compressor would already be on, you want to bleed the system. Like slowly turn this. So I had it barely turned, stuff coming out. I'm going to turn it a little more, see if more stuff comes out. But I'll get that can in there. I should take the whole can and we should be good to go. Got that can all or emptied. Close this valve. This valve was already closed. I'll go in here, go here, close this valve. It's a little hot, but close it, top it off.
All right, everybody, here we go. So my son was videoing himself while he was finishing up the AC. Super proud of him for getting that done by himself. You know, he worked through it all and did some filming too. And he kind of ended there with trying to take all the gauges and everything off. But here's what I found in the garage afterwards. So we'll work on this part with him. But this sitting on the floor. Then we got, we'll come over this way. Sorry, that's his little mini bike that he put together and been working on. So you can have that and ride around the neighborhood and stuff. So anyhow, you come in here and there's the box that the pump goes in. Over here on the table, we got some stuff laying around. So we're going to work on the put away your tools kind of deal, but just wanted to kind of sum up the video. There it is. He's got it working. He's taken it out driving the last few nights just because he's having fun driving it, but the AC is still working and everything's good. So I think he successfully fixed his AC with just a little bit of time. I mean, granted, the compressor there is like $100 or vacuum pump, whatever it is. This thing here was like 65, and they had a deal. We got 2 cans of freon with it. So anyway, but the good news is we have all this stuff because the AC on this does not work. So we'll have to go to a video on this one here coming up. We got some stuff to do to it. Transmission's the main one. alternator, a couple other things. Air conditioning. We'll work on it. So that's coming. The truck's still over here. We've used it a couple times, gone out and driven it around some. It's working good. So my son used it with his kayak, little mini bike. So we got some projects around here and stuff to do. So we'll be videoing some of that. We kind of got stuck once or twice and doing other things, other projects, working on my shed. Anyway, we'll get back to work. We got to get this thing up and running so I can use it. Drove it around some, but the transmission leak's just too bad to keep doing that. So we're gonna have to work on it. So come back and see what's next.